or any other animal, and I was doing a blood sacrifice for any reason whatsoever, I reckon. Why don't you guys have the same issues with the God of the Old Testament? Not only did he require blood sacrifice, okay, but he also required burnt sacrifice on occasion on the altar, and he says how sweet the smell was of the burning flesh. Now, folks, I don't know that you have ever smelled burning flesh. I have. It's repulsive. But yet this Old Testament God just shook feverishly, with a heightened sense of life and power, apparently, because he loved it, he enjoyed it. And then get this, you have this Christ figure come in, and what do you have again? A blood sacrifice. Now, I'm going to really, I think this is going to be cut out. I guarantee you're not going to get this part either. But you'll have to get it over at don'ttreadonme.tv. Folks, it doesn't end there. Not only did the Old Testament deity, that is fraudulent in my opinion, and Satan himself, that needs blood sacrifice, and then he does it to what? He does it to the Christ that comes into the book, right? Whether it's figuratively or literal. Then we go one step further, and that is this. You guys that call yourself Christians, that say you are saved, your soul is saved because of what? You are taught by the New World Order, the wolves in sheep's clothing, that you are saved by what? The blood, the shedding of blood, the blood sacrifice of the new Lamb, which is the Christ figure. So you guys are relying once again upon a blood sacrifice. You really ought to be thinking about that, because if you can't grasp the profoundness of that, then you are way too far gone. What do you think, Jeff?
Wow. Yeah, that's the whole, where we talked about the dark ecstasy, underworld, Illuminati spirituality. The whole basis of it is the blood sacrifice. The explosion of blood from the stump as the head is decapitated. That's the ancient Mayans. They absolutely adored, as an art project, the explosion of blood out of the head of the decapitated. And they would drug their people, so their slaves, so they would self-decapitate, which is called chakba. That's the Mayan word. And so, I hate to say this, but I don't have a defense. I mean, I don't know what to do, really. I mean, other than say that your other point, which I was thinking too, is, well, let me just say this, John. I think maybe you're convincing me that that Christianity is more contaminated than I previously thought tonight. You're definitely, at this moment, I have to think about this and listen to the show again tomorrow. And, I think we're in worse shape. You have to understand, when you have, at one point, changing water into wine and helping the prostitute at the well, and then at the other point in Luke, kill everybody before me, there's that sweet smell of the burning flesh again. We have to realize that this ain't adding up, and we need to use our conscience, like you're saying, and our meditative intuition that we have deep in our soul to get to the truth, or else, or else we'll just be deceived and be more of those Christians that go off marching into war for more blood sacrifice. So,
Let me tell Todd at Global Star that, my daughter uploads the show directly after this, so it will be up about, I would say 20 minutes from right now, folks. You can get it. Let's see. I appreciate your thoughts on that. And you guys, gosh, I'm getting my instant messages are going crazy. I must have 80 right now. They're just popping up all over saying, tell it, let's hear what you got. That comes from Mac Pumpkin, but it is. Listen, I came across this just chasing the truth, folks, meditating and praying for the truth no matter what. And one of the great breakthroughs I had, Jeff, was when I got angry with God, the Creator, and I got to clear that up too, folks. I believe there are many gods. I think that scientists are becoming gods because they are creating new life forms out of chemicals, for crying out loud. I read you that story maybe 6 months ago, and they're making new animals, new plants. So technically, they are doing that. They are creating new life. So they are many gods, miniature as in small. But I believe that's what this deity was in the Old Testament. He was not the creator, and so whenever I'm talking about this stuff, I use the term creator a lot more, and I always feel wrong when I use the term God, because I think there's just too many of those things. But
Elohim in Genesis 1:26 was us, not an I.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what I mean by that? So, I mean, the first mention of, let us create him in our image. So it doesn't say, let me, God, create. It says, let us create him in our image. So anyways,
exactly. And it really lends a lot of people that follow Stitching say, see, it was right there. And maybe they're right on that point, that I don't know. I don't really buy into Stitching stuff, but I think here's part of the plan with the New World Order, Jeff, is they do love to tell us the truth. They do love the truth coming right out in front of us, and then still do vile things. Because it gives them that sense that they're getting away with evil, and the sense of success and power is heightened, I believe. What do you think?
Well, one of the things I have not covered about the dark ecstasy religion, I'm going to have a whole show on it, is they absolutely love to hide and then reveal themselves. It's just pure ecstasy in doing that. It's hard to explain why, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because I don't have time to go into all the whys, and I can when I do sometime. But you have to go back to the Marquis de Sade's novels, Justine, and that crazy dark ecstasy writer back in France a couple hundred years ago. He would always have, the mayor was the sadomasochistic killer, or the minister, the priest was, and then they loved to be in hiding and act like they love the children, and then bam, reveal who they are. And we're kind of in a revealing stage now, where the New World Order and the Illuminati system is going to tell us a little bit, let us know a little bit who they are. That's why the Internet exists. So they love that, the shock of getting the little slaves to know what they're really all about, because they're proud of what they are. They think that their sadomasochistic dark ecstasy spirituality, which they've turned this whole world into their theater of that. They're proud of it. They think it's wonderful, and they want us to know what they're all about. So.
Yes, and folks, let me point out that the only reason the New World Order, the puppets of the real Satan behind the veil, the only reason they have gotten this far, and things are really bad, but they're going to get worse, is because so few of us understand the deception and understand it fully, and therefore are able to counter it with the total truth. Most people have a fraction of the truth. Maybe it's 3/4, but I think usually it's about 1/16. And I also don't think it's healthy to know all the bad stuff, because, as I've warned you guys many times, that is a dark, deep, long tunnel, and if you go in there, you might not come out. Let me mention to those of you that are still listening that Jeffrey and I are actually considering doing a book together, and it's really about this. And I hope we can title it "Killing the Devil." And if you have any thoughts on that, people, let me know. It's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Top 10 News Stories each day and listen to show archives at don'ttreadonme.tv. The guys will see you again tomorrow.